Hi everyone, I wanted to make a video today to basically help with getting started with the Witches Festival. So essentially what you're going to do is you're going to load up your ESO store, you're going to go to events, you're going to go to the Witch Mother's Bargain, purchase it, confirm. That will summon the Witch Mother here to start the event.
Hungry for power? Come, Reaper.
Will you hear
Wrong person. So what she's going to want you to do is she's going to want to get an item, this item here, but you go to a delve. So essentially what I usually do is I go to Aradon. Oh, whoops. Let's try that again. And I do a delve in Ardon because the Witch's Mother's Cave actually is in Ardon itself. So I typically try to find a delve there so I can quickly jump from there. Not that it makes any difference because at the end of the day I just end up teleporting away anyways. Where is the perfect delve? Oh yeah, right over here. So where you'll find the Witch Mother is actually in the Witch's Coven Cave right here. So upon completing this quest that we're doing right now, the Delve quest, they will require you to collect feathers. So what I usually recommend, if you are level 50 and have a decent champion level, usually what I do myself is I run a ZG1, just quickly hit that up, solo it, go through it fast. I will do a video on that after. But what essentially we need to do here is we just need to kill a delve boss. So every single day you can kill any delve boss slash any dungeon boss. You'll get plundered skulls from doing so. I noticed with the delves, I'm not sure if it's 100% the case, but I will be fighting a certain delve bosses and it will appear that I don't get the skull every single time. So there might be a cooldown in between, how fast you can kill them, but I noticed with dungeon bosses, it's 100% every dungeon boss you fight. So we'll just have to wait here for the boss to respawn. So after you complete your delve boss, you will loot it. You'll get the gather essence from the delve boss. You also get a Dremora plunder skull, a yellow skull. After you do your first delve boss, typically you'll get purple ones after. With dungeons, it's pretty much the same idea. You'll get purple skulls throughout the dungeon until you do the last boss, and you'll get a yellow one afterwards. I believe you can get a yellow one off of each end boss, like each dungeon, but not the same one, but you can still keep collecting purple ones if you choose to. So after you complete that, you are going to go to the Witch's Cave, which is just over here, Witch's Coven. Once you're in here, you're going to hand it in.
The Reaper, yes. Now, Reaper.
You are going to find a daily within here, up here.
You'll level up.
Dark tidings. When you gather, you must say on that.
So what you need to do is you need to collect feathers. So as I mentioned earlier, when I said you needed to complete FG1, I mentioned ZG1 earlier, but I actually meant FG. So you'll go to FG1. If you can solo it, you know, do it. Solo the first 3 bosses. You will get your plundered skulls from each boss. So right now they need me to collect 30 feathers. So the reason why I mention doing FG is when you get your plundered skulls, you will need to get enough feathers from the skulls each day. Every single day, if you want to complete the Witch's Daily, you need to have some plundered skulls because the feathers come out of the plundered skulls. So if you notice here, cursed feather. So right now, just out of 1, you know, 9, 9, 8. So hopefully this one will have it here. So if you notice, you get a couple different things in the purple ones. You'll get a bunch of writs, which is quite useful later on. Keep all your writs, because if you're intending on doing the achievement towards getting the Witch's Hut this year, you will need to collect 100 plundered skulls, and you'll also need to collect the Hollowjack style. You can only get the Hollowjack style from completing the Witch's writs. So after each writ you complete, you'll get one of these styles. So you'll need to collect 100 plunder skulls, you'll need to collect all the writs, and then you will also need to do the Witch's Bargains quest, the first quest that you do when you get here. So after you collect all the feathers, you will need to make an effigy. You will imbue the effigy now. And then you will open a portal to the Crowborn. So I'm not certain I can solo it, so I'm going to join a crow group. Usually if you say crow or looking for crow group, you usually can find a group pretty fast, pretty easily. So this is the boss for the event right now, which it is a daily. So every single day that you want to complete this boss, you're going to want to do a dungeon beforehand. A dungeon, and I would probably say a delve, just so you have enough plundered skulls. Because you need to be able to collect at least 30 feathers to be able to fight the boss. So when you're fighting the boss, he will summon tombstones. I highly recommend doing the tombstones because the tombstones summon ads pretty fast. And the ads, you know, they're pretty weak, but they can quickly add up. You know, you gotta watch out for that AoE, it's pretty strong. Should see some tombstones coming up pretty soon here. Oh, that's why you gotta watch out for that AoE.
You know, I like to think I'm agreeable.
Ah, there we go. So the ominous gravestones. You're gonna want to kill these fast because if you notice, zombies come out of it pretty quickly. Which you'll see here. They don't have a lot of life, but they can definitely add up pretty fast. Especially if you get like several going at once.
Hey, stick with me. Getting winded.
You occasionally get stun locked, which can be difficult to deal with. Usually I get into a group with higher DPS, so usually this isn't a problem. I'll say you probably won't experience a group like this. And if you do, it's unfortunate. So at this point, usually what I recommend is just to try to burn the boss down. Because, you know, you start getting a fair amount of adds up. And it can be a bit of a struggle to deal with. So after you complete that, you will get a Plundered Skull Crowbone Horror. So you can do this every day if you choose to, but you will need to collect 30 feathers to do so. But you don't get the feathers until you have the quest. So typically what I do is I gather a couple Plundered Skulls the day prior, and then, you know, when I accept the daily quest, I open it up then and there after for the feathers. So then instead of running around doing the delves and so forth, you can just pretty much just hop right into it. Otherwise, normally what I suggest, if you're trying to get skulls super fast, my favorite method is doing the first boss of FG1. So, like similar events with the Undaunted event, where you could just speed run right to the last boss of FG. Instead, what I recommend is just doing the first boss, especially if you are a class that has high DPS or someone that has high AoE. I use my Nightblade, so I just stealth past the first two groups and then just go right to the first boss, kill him, then teleport out, reset, and rinse and repeat. I'll put up a video up of that later on so you can just see how that works. Alrighty, so collect 100 Plundered Skulls. Do as many as you can of the writs to get that set here, Hollowjack style. If you complete the Hollowjack, you complete your Plundered Skulls 100 and then do the quest, you will unlock the ability to buy the, where is it here? No, right here. This house here. You can't do it unless you complete Unsparing Harvest, which you need those 3 quests for, well, 3 achievements for. Alrighty, if you need any more help or anything like that, feel free to leave a comment and I will do what I can. Alrighty, take care, happy Halloween.